Exactly. So get your appetite up.
Yes, I'm super hungry, by the way. But I think, when you're hungry, you're more productive. So I'm super happy to share, my tips today because the topic is one of my favorite, and I think your favorite too, Vlada. We're talking about personal development growth hacks, professional development growth hacks. Well, generally, right? Your development as a personality, be it for your personal life or for work, right? Because as I already mentioned in one of our shows, I don't believe in work separation of work and life, right? I believe in life. So there is life, and then there is everything else that composes this life, right? So, yeah, so this is a really cool topic, and I would love for you, Vlada, to share, with our audience and with myself as well, your tips, your hacks, development, growth, and personal development hacks. Have you prepared a list? Do you have a list?
Yes, I have my list of 3 hacks. But one thing I realized at some point is, in order to build the kind of life, the kind of business you want, you have to grow as a person. And that's something that's always yours. You build a business, you sell a business, you live in one country, you live in a different country, right? Whatever it is you do, what you know, your mindset, your values, your investment in yourself is what you carry with you. So I love, Anna, the quote that we used to announce this topic, to learn as if you're going to live forever, because learning obviously only starts when we actually understand what it is we want to learn, which typically happens in adulthood, I think, for most people. And it's certainly my favorite topic. So with that, my first hack is to ask people. For me, everyone learns differently, but for me, the fastest way to learn is to ask people who have done it. And so, to give you a concrete example, you first start from your network or people you can find on LinkedIn. And so, for example, at ClassTag, when we started doing enterprise sales, it's not something I've done before. I have not sold to schools and districts in the past. So the first thing I did was I went on LinkedIn and I found CEOs that built enterprise sales motions, and I sent them messages. And within a week, I had 3 conversations that I think accelerate my path by years, right? I understood do's and don'ts, and just really the behind the scenes of what to do and what not to do. And this is a huge asset and a huge way to accelerate your learning journey. And now with all these networks like Clarity FM, Intro, and just various experts, it's really a way to accelerate that path. And those dollars that you spend on that will be well worth it if you find the right mentor.
Can I just add to this? So technically, what you're saying is seeking mentors. Well, it doesn't have to be a formal mentors, like when you have a person that you meet, I don't know, weekly or monthly, and you kind of catch up or you connect, you sync up on like what you're doing, what's happening in your life. But it may be a formal mentor. It might be not a formal mentor, and this is something that I overlooked being a super young entrepreneur for some reason. I don't know, maybe I mean, I was 21, but I did not, or maybe that was like also, I started my business in Ukraine, and the mentality in Ukraine is a little bit different, right? So I feel like in the States, people are more open to share their experiences when they have reached the highest heights, right? I feel like based on the mentality of the country where you're operating your business or where you're building your career, it might be different. So in my case, I overlooked this. I overlooked this because it wasn't part of the mentality, right? But it's super important when you are starting off, regardless whether it's a business, it's a career path, it's whatever you might be starting doing. It's great to connect with people who have already done it. And just like this week, actually, I had a session, a consulting session with a lady who is launching an English Chinese school in China. So she came to me for an expert advice, for my expert advice, because she's just at the very start of it, and she wanted to know how to do it right. And you know what? Like after our session, she already like had a completely different plan that she thought she would like do, right? And she was like,
Exactly. How many years did you save her?
exactly. So that's really important. Yeah. What else, Vlada, for you?
All right. So Anna's hack is to leverage Vlada's hacks.
Yes.
All right. So my hack number 2 is just-in-time learning. So just like there is just-in-time delivery, right, which is back in the day something pioneered by Dell, I think, to save the inventory cost and just deliver the items as they are needed in the store. The same applies to just-in-time learning. And there is so much research that says just theoretical learning, you retain, I don't know, 5%, 10%, something like this. But if you learn, apply, that's really the holy grail. And so, for example, when I started ClassTag, I was figuring out PR. I had no idea how to do PR and what it is about, but I learned a little course, and then I said, oh, and now I know how to pitch recorders. Let me pitch them. Then I learned what to pitch them. Let's do that, right? So I kind of continued to learn as I went, and I think that's really the fastest way to learn. What do you think?
Yeah, and just do everything. So for me personally, I did the same thing. I learned how to become an HR back in the day, how to recruit people, how to do marketing, how to do social media, how to do PR, how to write PR releases and things like that, right? So technically you have to learn all that. So you just like have to, learn things that are important first, but then be prepared to expand this your knowledge base, so to speak. And
what accelerated your learning? Do you like to go to YouTube, or how did you consume that information, find the right information?
Yeah, so I want to say curiosity accelerates your learning. So this is number 1. So build and develop your curiosity skill, because when you're curious, you find and notice things that other people don't notice. And then you can notice what's the best way, what's the best form or format or shape for you to acquire that knowledge. For me personally, sometimes it would be like a very structured training, like a course, right? That I took, and I'm like, okay, so this is what I need to do. Sometimes it's a book. The other months, I read an amazing book that accelerated my personal development, my mental strength, my mental toughness. The book is called Secrets of Mental Toughness. My mental toughness, and that actually led to my physical toughness, because I ended up taking the challenge that was like physically challenging for me, but I was able to grow physically, not grow, right? To grow my physical toughness, my mental toughness, and my emotional toughness. So sometimes it can be a book, sometimes it can be a person. Like in my case, it's a person, it was a book, it was a course, it was just observation. So there are these 2 skills that I think are crucial for a modern person. Curiosity, because curiosity would always keeps you on your toes regarding what's happening in the world, like new things that are happening in the world. So you'll always be up to date, updated, and empowered with the skills. And another one, you have to observe the world, right? So learning by observing is probably like, maybe not a lot of people are talking about this, but especially some creative tasks. I learned social media by observing other people. I learned design skills by observing other people. I learned design skills by observing art, right? So I'm my passion is fashion. So I'm learning fashion by observing like what other people are doing, what like famous designers are doing. Right now I'm also taking a formal course, by the way. That's how I'm upgrading my fashion skills. But even in the course, they talk about like you have to watch what other people are doing. Watching what other people are doing and learning by watching others businesses, people. That's I think what has been helping me on the way always, right? So these are two important skills: curiosity and being observant, observing things, people, events, ventures, businesses. So yeah.
Thank you, Anna. I think that we spend so much time, right, on social media in context of other people that we have a unique opportunity to learn from and observe both of what to do, what not to do. You clicked on this post. Why did you click? What did it mean, right? What lesson can you learn, right? And that is, I think, another skill I would add in addition to curiosity is the ability to actually reflect, right? So you're not a consumer, but you're sort of a proactive consumer, someone who reflects on your own actions. So you're not only observing others, but you're observing your own behavior and sort of reflecting on that.
I also want to add here, I don't want to make it sound like you have to observe and copy other people, because that's actually a road to nowhere, right? Because that's what happens, especially when you're just starting out and you don't have this experience and you look at other people and things seem so easy, right? It's so easy to observe how other people are doing. So you start and you will like, okay, I'm going to do just the same thing. No, the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm like equals, I'm going to copy the same thing doesn't work, because you'll never get anywhere when you are blindly copying what other people are doing. You have to get inspired by what other people are doing, and then you have to add your own piece to it, right? So you can get inspired by, I don't know, like Vlada. Vlada is an amazing edtech founder. She founded this platform. I'm going to copy it. No, I can get inspired. I might come up with an idea of a similar platform but different, right? Because I'm going to add my own copy, get inspired, and yeah, reach out to these people who inspire you. I'm pretty sure like everyone will be happy to share a piece of their mind, because I'm a firm believer that if you have the knowledge, you have to share it. Otherwise, you don't have this empty space to acquire new knowledge. So sharing for people is crucial to create the space for new information, for new knowledge, and for new opportunities.
Absolutely agree. I have two other really quick
Go for it.
ideas, right? Bite size. Are you guys still chewing on this?
I'm chewing on this. I'm really ready to chew.
Really hungry. I'm hungry too. All right. So one idea is going back to Atomic Habits, which I know you love and you use a lot in developing courses, but it's really key, right? So if you're sitting here today and say, hey, for my personal growth, through my continued learning, I want to read a book a week. That's a great goal. But if you're starting from reading a book a year, going to a book a week, it's not going to happen. It's just, this is a leap too big, right? And so how do you actually start implementing something that is bite-sized, just like in our show, and actually start saying, hey, I'm going to read 10 pages every day. That's something you can do. And if you maybe put it on your calendar and and think through specific circumstance in which you would do it regularly, that will develop into a habit. But jumping from zero to hero doesn't really stick. You agree?
Yeah, totally. And what's your number 3, by the way?
That was my number 3. I have number 4, actually.
Okay.
Well, number 4, ta-da, is to sign up for my founder's newsletter. Thank you.
Today, Vlada launched her very first newsletter with an amazing story. You should just go to her. By the way, we've again failed to mention our LinkedIn profiles and social media profiles. So on LinkedIn, Vlada launched this newsletter, and she posted an amazing story full of like this little anecdotes or like personal stories. And there's like, you shared so much of your personal stuff in that post, and I totally loved it. So if you just want to learn more about Vlada's journey to becoming a successful entrepreneur, a successful founder, a successful professional, definitely worth a subscription. Yeah, subscribe and read this very first piece, which is amazing, which is so personal and amazing. Vlada, I
Yeah.
have a question actually.
Yeah.
So is this newsletter, is this also your growth hack? Is this part of your growth journey?
Certainly. Um, I think for me, in general, sharing content or sharing stories and being vulnerable and open in public is not something I've done in the past. And I think that certainly is a big learning curve here, right? So the more you share, you get an inch, and you get more and more comfortable with it. The only way to lead, if there is one thing I learned, is if you want to lead, you have to lead by example. And so as I'm talking to other founders, sharing their raw, unscripted stories, as I'm talking about business best practices, at the end of the day, you have to be real. You have to be you have to be real and unfiltered. And so that's exactly what I did with this newsletter. It's called Founders Elevator, to skip the hike and to elevate together.
I
So
love
sign
it.
up.
Founders Elevator, subscribe, guys. Founders Elevator. I love this. I love
And
this.
what's your plug, Anna? Anna recently launched a course. And by the way, Anna, a lot of your students actually were writing to me today for my newsletter. So
Oh yeah. I saw some of my students are already your fans. They're liking and commenting on your post. I love this. Yeah. So for me as a founder, so this month actually, within English for IT at English for IT, we launched a new product that is absolutely something like new we've never done before. And when I was thinking about the topic of today, I realized that I did it, of course, for other people to help them improve their English, but also I did this launch for me. For me, girl. I did this launch for me because for me, that's an expansion of my comfort zone, because I have done online courses before. I've done offline, synchronous, asynchronous. I've done it all. I'm talking like I'm 80 years old. Well, maybe like I'm old soul. What can I say? I'm an old soul.
right. You have the wisdom of the 80 years old.
I have the wisdom. I have it all. You're right. But I was just like, I did it for me too, because I am learning so much. So it's actually it's English for IT Academy. So think of it as an elite subscription club, right? That we have here in the States everywhere. But this is like a go-to a place where you need anything related to general IT or business English, right? Where you can chat with a mentor. We can chat directly with me. I might not respond to you if you're outside of the English for IT Academy, right? In a private DM. But think about that. So that's like a new thing for us. And for me personally, so I'm learning a lot. The team is learning a lot. And I feel like it's been only 2 weeks since we launched, but I feel like we have already grown up so much. And we have already learned so much and even learning more. And it's getting even more interesting. We have a lot of challenges, to be honest. But, after reading that mental toughness book and after, doing my 30-day hard challenge, you guys can read about this on my LinkedIn too. I can tell you that I have become so much more mentally tougher, but also so much more acceptance to change and challenges. So
but
now
you're still as funny. You're still as funny.
I'm even funnier,
Funnier, exactly.
Tougher doesn't mean sad, but I
Right.
get what you mean. I get what you mean. You mean like when you're tough, you're like serious, like you don't Yeah. Well, toughness doesn't have to be shown on the outside. Toughness is about what you have inside, and your toughness. And for me, being mentally tough means being balanced as well. Being balanced, being more proactive rather than reactive, and being more emotionally aware of your personal needs, your wants, and those of other people. So yes, let me summarize it. Personal growth, like professional growth for a founder, might be launching a new market, launching a new product. I don't know, doing something new, completely new.
100%. But as someone who is very passionate about product market fit and
Michael,
focus,
you are the person to go to. Yeah.
yes, but I think I agree with you. And I think that's why so many founders start going into shiny object, which is a topic for another conversation. But
We should do the shiny.
right, but I think that's because the best way to learn is actually to do, right? And so you do this and that and 50 other things, and then you have this, you know, beast of a business.
Multitasking product market fit. So Vlada, I have a suggestion. It's just born, the topic has been born naturally. Why don't we talk about product market fit next time?
Yeah, I would love that.
Let's get more businessy next time. Let's get more businessy, less jokes. Maybe I will even interview, because you are the expert here on the product market fit. Maybe I'll be the interviewer, asking you questions and you sharing your
right with your newfound toughness.
I'll show my biceps. Just for the teaser. Just for the
right.
teaser at the beginning.
For the teaser, exactly. You'll corner me into all product market fit secrets.
Right.
Amazing. Well, it's a wrap, I think.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Oh, should I get a wrap? Like a real wrap?
A real wrap. I think that's a good idea. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful Thursday. Chew on this, continue learning, and we can't wait to see you in our next product market fit episode. And if you have questions, if you have comments, please find us on various social media channels, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and tell us what you want to hear about.
If you guys want to find us anywhere where we're across all these platforms, just Google Anna Gandrabura and Vlada Lotkina, and you'll be able to connect. Thank you so much.
Very easy last names both, so you'll have no trouble. Thank you guys.
Remember that.
Yeah.